Hi, Opis. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. I've created an ink blot in your name and essence, and we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities. You know the drill. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We're also going to add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Please do receive a release freely, of course. Opis, you know the drill. I am going to open up. You're more than welcome to join me. Or you can fast forward through, pause, save, share, all that kind of good stuff. Taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of Ophiuchus. Opis, as always, thank you for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Full disclosure, I had some technical difficulties, so I already have some notes written here. We'll go over them. But in your pre-shuffle, you also had a historical moments card. And if this historical moment is when the elevator was invented. The elevator has been used as early as the 3rd century BC using human, animal, or water power. But American inventor Otis, had a breakthrough in 1853, developing a safety elevator which prevented the fall of the cab of the cable if the cable broke, similar to today's elevators. The first electric elevator was built later by German Werner von Siemens in 1880. Opis, this is letting me know that not only is your sign, and I do love the aura of your sign, so thank you, is original and very much so interconnected amongst many things. You can't understand. No, I don't pretend to understand. But there's some sort of inventing going on. You yourself might be reinventing something. Also, like in the card, there's an indication that something's been invented. Oh my goodness, listen to me. Maybe it's your throat. Maybe it's something, the way you're speaking, the way you're saying things, whatever the case may be. Speaking things into existence. Speaking things into existence. And it's like the original elevator and then coming up to the modern one and then moving forward. It's almost like there could be an evolution of the elevator. And I'm not going to pretend that I can even conceive of that, but it seems like your auric energy collectively and then into the individual way, you guys like are reinventing something. Inventing, reinventing. Even possibly with it going electric, there might be something else with power sources, different power sources. And you might be, because, isn't that interesting? I am seeing you guys, Opis, as in the movie City of Angels, how they all come to the sunrise and sunset. And I see some sort of energy from the sun. Just maybe it's vitamin D, solar energy for the pineal gland, solar energy for the skin. You know what I mean? But I see you guys as your collective stepping forward. You do a lot of work that is unknown and underground. So the way I'm seeing it is like those angels in City of Angels. I think it's the right movie. And it's like a recharge. It doesn't take long, like 5-10 minutes. And then there's going to be one at nighttime as well. But for I'm going to say the underground things that you do. Maybe this is subconscious. Maybe this is shadow work. And I know that you guys do a lot of stuff collectively, like underground, inner earth, shamanically, whatever the case is, but also interpersonally is the word that just came through. So, okay. All right. If that makes sense. I had some notes here earlier, so I will bring you up to speed. So I was seeing a bridge here, and there is, what I saw was like 3 wise men, and I still very much so see them, but they're like cacti. There's an ability to reserve and resources. Reserve and resources. Could also be something about like desert landscapes. I also feel like I just traveled back in time as soon as I said that. I say time, but to be honest with you, I don't know. It could be this time, could be in a week, last week. I like you. I like you as well. I've obviously got something going on with my throat. So I don't know, guys, if you're working through helping others speak their truth, speak what they're saying, or if it's just personally, there might be some sort of a, it's like when you're inventing something, or if you're thinking about something, or I'm going to, move my furniture around. I'm going to just bring it home for me. And it's like, okay, how do I want to go about this? I want to put this here. I want to put this here. Oh, no, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like there's a talking something through. I also saw these 3 wise men. There's actually a 4th. It's okay. There's actually a 5th as well, but there's these 3 prominent ones. And I am seeing it like the shaman's palm. Pinky, ring, there we go. There's the pointer, and then this is the thumb as well. And that's what kind of brought me into that inner earth feeling. And if I zoom out in this ink blot, and you know me, if you see, sense, or feel anything, and you can zoom in if you're on a phone, please feel well to comment below and inspire our interconnected nature. But it's like that inner shaman. But there's some sort of crystal and cacti.
Who?
Green and purple were how I was seeing these, and that was through the cacti and the crystals. It's almost like if I could see a crystal that was prismatic in its form. Thank you, in its form. But also in some ways, whatever your power fingers are, right, going through your caves or your pointer, etc. Some also have, like, I reserve. Here's a rash example, but it is what it is. Like, you don't give the middle finger out willy-nilly, because it's almost like a very esoteric knowledge or occult knowledge about it. And if those are trigger words for you, release them and insert what you know. It could be like inner self-care, self-love. I don't just doll out fingers, because then it loses its power. I also am very mindful, because it doesn't have to be so rash with the middle finger. Opis, it's also like with the pointer finger, or if you're making a pinky swear and a promise, if you're putting a ring on it. Do you know what I'm saying? You are very, very mindful of what you commit to, because there's different resources, and then they reflect out like the crystals. I also saw here bobbing for apples, which is fun, because there's some sort of connection that I was looking to take a bite out of, but there's something about not being able to use my hands, and it's a skill. So, okay. So it's like maybe you were always using or doing some sort of skill with your hands, or you weren't, and now you're going to be using your hands, or vice versa. But there's something about that. Something about that. Interesting. It's a light. Yeah, there's a light bulb in the neck. Okay, so I'm being drawn back up here. So we're all caught up. We're going in. So I'm being drawn back up here. And in this conversation, there is a Bambi / reindeer right in here. And if you notice, these 3 are facing that way. This finger, which would be your pointer, is actually facing the other way. And it's petting this Bambi
Thursday
or reindeer. Yeah. It's like, thank you. It brought you something. It's almost like the gentleness was able to bring you something. Maybe it's the Bambi part of you. It's also, and I know you guys got, I don't need to repeat it. When you help those innocent, the innocents, that's exactly how I heard that. And I am not going to, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, Opis. I'm also seeing light, bright. So there's, if somebody is, because I'm seeing it like, it could be a pen, pen in your mouth, and you're, but I'm seeing it like a needle, like a seamstress, or I don't know, seamster, forgive me. And, like they've got all the pins in their mouth, and they're like tailing a suit, but they've got, the pins and stuff in their mouth. And like, hey, yeah, we're just going to put this in here, and we're going to bring this up a ½ an inch. This is what it feels like. I am tailoring something. Is it a seamstress and a tailor? Are those the two? Okay, that's fine. Somebody's waiting while, Opis, someone or something around you is waiting. Well, I think you're being tailored for something. This character right here, it's quite patient. They're patiently waiting. I feel as though, out of my wheelhouse, but I'm going to follow it. I feel like I'm some sort of athlete. And Opis, no matter what shape or form your physical existence is, as a sign, you're oracally speaking, it's like you're athletes. And I know you got like that Akashic up there as well, that secret apothecary, and I dig that. But you know how when athletes, or I assume at least the way I have seen it, and I've digested
Pause.
it, when they are coming into, like, if a hockey team or UFC, I don't know, wherever they go in suits, and it's like you're getting a suit. There's something about doing something professionally. Maybe this is in your personal life. There's something
Hair.
you're being tailored for. Prince of Pentacles, and then behind that came the Seven of Cups. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, the Hangman in the reverse, and I'm turning Temperance. Interesting, turning Temperance. Nine of Wands. Yeah, see, you guys dispel. That's not the right way to say that. You protect innocence. You're quite lucky about it. Something's in this tailoring. It's like the either you're receiving luck because for whatever work that you're doing spiritually, physically, metaphysically, or what you're, to be honest with you, Opis, the way I'm feeling is like what you're doing in your personal life, how you are tailoring your life, the way you're living. And this is not about, I make this amount of money, I have this job, this title. Those things are not to be judged as in this space. This is whatever it is that you are doing. You have been listening to something, to source, creator, insert any word, inner self. I might have even had to go through a very contemplative, I want to say maybe a little melancholic space here. Because I had to listen. I had to listen to spirit, whatever that spirit is for you. Somebody in the afterlife, your source, creator, etc. And it's like, now I've got it figured out. And I'm like, yes. It's like, again, I'm being taken to where this game is going to be, my next phase, my next idea. And then I've arrived. And, it's like I can see, football players, basketball, whoever they are in these athletes, and they're coming out, it's like, yeah, I'm here. And there's like cheering going on for you. There's cheering going on for you. Congratulations, Opis. And then you have the Hangman in reverse and Temperance that wanted to be turned. And that was exactly how I heard it. Temperance turned. So there's something that I feel that, like the Hangman that you're listening to. And there's something about a hat. Somebody somewhere might have a spirit around them or a past life, whatever the case is, that has something to do with pilgrims. But I also want to note that it's like okay, thank you. So like the elevator thing, you're on a pilgrimage and you're helping the people, but to remember that you are also people. You're also part of the people, not separate from it. And there are other Opis around to pull resources from. I also keep hearing like this welcoming of, please receive from other signs, from the energy of other aspects that are out there in the astral realm as well. Please be sure that you receive. And I feel like that's part of the listening with the Prince of Pentacles. I also am seeing somebody, right as I'm saying
Steven.
that, thank you, listening to it. You might be a truck driver or have a CB radio and you communicate. You might be a ghost investigator and you use, the Ovulus or another sort of device, also the radio, and you can hear things in the radio, the messages that come through in the radio in a song, this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying, Opis? Okay, let's get back to it. Love it. I love it. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. So in this box, that's not a box, but I'm going to say a box, I am seeing, probably not going to spell it right, it's not the point, Houdini. And I feel as though I am being zoomed in on what Houdini's famous for. Dunking? Like, is it the water chains?
Cousin.
Is Houdini your cousin? I don't know. Are you like a holistic Houdini? Because I feel like you can go in and out of these tunnels, in and out of these caves really, really quickly. You have Pac-Man eyes. It's like, you know how in Pac-Man, he's running away from the ghosts, you eat the ghosts. Okay, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, it's like you can see the enemy and you turn and now they start running away from you. Yeah, there's some sort of turnaround. Turn around. Temperance is turning in your favor. The hangman's in reverse because it's like the Houdini hangman. And it's like something in my brain, if I was a little depressive, if I didn't know, if I was in this inventor stage, even with the elevator going up and down, I dunked myself in. This is how I'm feeling, so bear with me. This is how and I was very immersed in. It's like being an actor immersed in a role. And I dunked myself into this light. And I went nowhere. Okay, so there's like a short film. I don't know if it's an indie film. I'm pretty sure it's called Nowhere. And it's about shadows being like what would... Man, I am just like stumbling through my words today, and that's okay.
Flight.
If you could imagine that your shadow wants to separate from the human form. So the movie's like based on, or the short film is based on the shadows of us. It's, anyway, there it is. That's what I'm seeing. That's how it's coming through. Okay. Yep. Thank you. All right, Opis, let's keep going. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. I totally appreciate you guys. To those new subscribers, welcome. To returnings and the OGs, all of you collectively warm my haunted heart. I hope this does serve and inspire individually and interconnectedly. All right, let's keep going here.
Agreed.
Agreed, yes. I'm seeing a jack. Is it a jack?
Homeless.
Like, okay. Jack is a name? Jack might be a name meaning something to someone. There's a woman in spirit. Could also be masculine. Sorry. Male expressed. Because I'm seeing a bust. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's go here. Sorry. Sometimes I forget about the camera. I'm seeing a bust. You know, like a bust. Caesar, Et tu Brute, other, symphony, Beethoven. I'm seeing a bust. But I think this Jack is a name. Give me a moment. I don't know if somebody is hearing music. That's when it's not playing from somewhere. It's like sound. I feel like somebody's trying to talk to me in the afterlife aura, in the afterlife realm, or maybe you are talking to them. There's something about that. Sorry, it's somebody's yelling. Did I say something about light bright? I'm not sure if I did or not, so I'm going to say it right now. This light bright, it's that black backdrop, and then I'm putting all the colored pegs in. Colors, Kundalini. And I'm waiting to turn the light on so then I can see the creation, elevator, inventing. Okay. Sorry, Opis. White magic has come through, the shadow, and the veil beyond. Don't worry that these are upside down. The blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to pretend to be able to speak today. This is intense. I'm loving it. Sorry, I just saw something here. Oh. Are they eating something? Somebody's talking with spirit. Spirit of things, spirit of, again, shamanically, the spirit of herbs, people, soul retrieval, whatever the case may be. Spirit in the afterlife, maybe you're mediumistic or you're working on your clairsenses. Somebody's also very healing, psychopomp style even. But Opis, I know you guys do a lot of work.
Listen to me.
But it's like Houdini, you come and go. And typically, there's always a signature. Yours is hard to find. There's something going on. I don't know, Opis, if you perceive it, you see, or even yourself. It's like I have eaten something that I'm allergic to, like some sort of, I don't know, shrimp or lobster or something like that. And I've realized this, I'm allergic to something. That's in regards to ingestion. On the other hand, I'm trying to determine what movie it's from to help me out. Because I'm seeing like a worm. I don't know if it's Tremors or Stranger Things, but it's something in that aura where it goes in them. Might even be the Matrix, but it goes through his belly button. Anywho, something like that. And you know how when they're in the car of the Matrix, I'm going to go with that one. Even it's fine. It's like yep. And they're in the car with Neo and the girl and the other people. Sorry, forgive me. Completely liminal space here. And they have to pull it out with that machine. You have that ability to detect that. Does that make sense? Through white magic. Like the doctor.
Far away.
It's like you can see things in people if they've ingested something. What is that like? It's
Agreed.
like maybe like a medical medium, or maybe your doctor, nurse, or a naturopath, or you might just have an intuition about it. It's like you can go beyond the norm a little bit. And then when I say a little bit, you know what I mean. Again, it's not in that scope of, there's something, even like Reiki, there's something about hands-on. Also, any Opis that resonate with being empathic, it's like I can touch a building and I receive information. I also feel like I don't know why it's so matrixy, but I'm going to go with it. I can touch the mirror. It's like, that's the part of the movie, right? I'm not making it up. It touches the mirror, and I know it starts to engulf him. I'm not seeing the engulfing. I'm just seeing the touching the mirror, and it turns into water. Does that make sense, Opis? Oh my goodness. Hopefully I'm not butchering this, but I'm going to grab a few more oracle cards here to close out for you if you see, sense, or feel anything. There's a flame that's an arrowhead. I understand that's odd. It was once a flame. It's now an arrowhead. It was an arrowhead that's now a flame. Arrowhead flame. Somebody might be working with obsidian quite specifically. Somebody might be hiking. Be sure to rest. There's something about working together. We're better together. Working together. I'm there, but there's like, I feel like I'm seeing people in those inflatable costumes and they're having a great time. It's like I'm seeing Halloween, but it's not Halloween. It's very fun. Dream a beautiful dream. This is the scope in which you work. You work on the grid line, but you do it like kind of Houdini style, Pac-Man style. I want somebody to know or hear that though oracly, it's like by design, it's like this doctoring and also Houdini stuff, but this doctoring, naturopathy, this white magic,
Fireplace.
whatever it is, your psyche and psychic senses, of course, being here in the psychedelica together. Please ensure that it's already infused in you. So
Table.
where it wanders, if you decide it's like, well, do I want to be a doctor? You don't have to. If you don't have that natural inclination to do that, please know that you're still doing your work in whatever it is that you're doing. Dream a beautiful dream. Beyond the mind, the heart beats against the grain. Be the hunter, not
I
the
can't
hunter.
talk.
No, this isn't something that you guys always talk about. This is that nighttime. It's like it's Halloween, but it's not Halloween. And then I want to note, like amongst all this owl with the number 8 seems to be standing out. The same grid in the earth is in the owl. This is how you guys work. It's almost like, if I may, this is a portion of the tunnel system, but it's like light lines. You know, there's ley lines, but I'm seeing it as light lines. Or they light up for you. Beyond the mind, the heart beats and against the grain. It's like the Pac-Man turning around. It's prude. Nudie bum, nudie bum. You know what I mean? It's not, it's like try not to go against your own grain, but with this water, like Houdini, I had to immerse myself in it. I had to test myself, test my enlightenment. With the hangman being, I tested something about myself, not to the extreme, because I'm not looking to be extreme, is what I'm hearing. The Opis
How
aren't
do I
looking to
use it?
necessarily being extreme for no reason, because that's an energy that could be wasted or it could be used somewhere else, because I know once I draw it in and it's there, beyond the mind, the heart beats. There's things that I care about. Thank you. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Where? There we go. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. The veil beyond. You go above and beyond. I don't know if I want to like kind of remind somebody to say, yes, you do go above and beyond. It's noticed. I notice it. And I am grateful. I notice it. I'm hearing that song in my head. Every step you take, every move you make, every single day, blah, 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 I'll be watching you. You guys go above and beyond. It's like Houdini started as a magician and went above and beyond to do that trick. Does that make sense? I feel like it does, Opis. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I want to thank you so much for being here, for like, sharing, and subscribing, for watching all the way through as well, as it truly does help the channel grow with the algorithm. And I want to say thank you, because this bridge, this beautiful, beautiful
Behind
bridge,
you.
the bridge beyond, Opis. Always an honor, and I look forward to seeing you soon. We'll do it again.